Oh, it's working, I think. Got a little bit of a black screen there to start. Hopefully my sinuses stay kind of clear, so I do a little bit less mouth breathing into the microphone. Yeah, you know, you're going to get what you're going to get from me. All right, let's see what happens. Get refreshed with this character from the start. We have an arrowhead in my inventory, never a problem. We're carrying too much weight, always a problem. 2 cooking pots, not necessary. Do I drop one here? Yeah, it's a kilogram. That's an easy kilogram to get rid of. We don't have the acorns dealt with. What time of day am I looking at here? You know.
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
Yeah, you know, I'm thinking about that, miss, actually, now that you mention it. Wondering how much gear we can drop, because I do want to pick up El Prybar. That's my Spanish is terrible. Just so it's an even number, because that makes all the sense. 2 hacksaws. Can't dual wield hacksaws. We're going to stay here for the night, absolutely. Drop the lesser of the hacksaws. We're carrying the heavy hammer, and that's part of the reason why we're so heavy. Inventory with turkey. I've got a pry bar to take, so I don't need to pick up that pry bar. Wonderful. Good news, everyone, you know. Oh, we've got emergency crackers and eatable crackers. Crackers we're going to eat, because I'll just make up words. Look out, I'm making up the words. That is, as Dave McDonald would say, relevant to my interests. I hope everyone has a good Sunday so far. So far, I've had kind of a rough Sunday myself. I was playing cards last night until after midnight, which is after bedtime. Okay, one more time, look at the stats there. We're not doing Valheim today because Jeannie's not in it, and it's just not the same without Jeannie. It's actually kind of, I don't know how to. It's really just, it's not the same without Michael too. I'm so glad you were. I don't know if you can hear me smiling, Dave, but I'm so glad you were here for that. I believe I subscribed to another one of your channels, which you will put out a shout out right now if you can. Can you share it? You are admin. I would like you to share that channel in my chat. And that way it's at the start of my chat. Yes, exactly. Exactly. It's just like, let's quote him and see if he shows up. Yep, he sure did. Yeah, we only get one, so. Yari, so good to see you. I want you guys to know I even did the bugged out quest that my Alexa character was doing. And I didn't complete the bugged out quest. I just did the 2 out of 3. I kind of went with the meatloaf approach of 2 out of 3 ain't bad. And the next trade up was pretty rough, pretty crappy. It's basically the only thing I wanted off his entire list was some potatoes, and I'm like, and I had to pay a lot for the potatoes. So he does not like it when you do that. Yeah, he does not like that. All right, let's just, you know what, eat a box of crackers because we've got it. Crackers. Entire box of crackers. I have a feeling your hydration would drop further than that from an entire box of crackers. So yeah, well, he will still trade with you. Yeah, okay, Dave. If you actually, I'll be on at 8:30 tonight. So if you've got a moment then and you're not on the phone. Okay. Let's read book until dark. Nope, not that book. This book. We're not going to get through 4 hours of research. But we got through 3. So that's good enough. We can read that book first thing in the morning and then get out of here. So, because she's going to faint, let's give her some dog food. Because trust me, if you in the dark were like, oh man, I'm hungry and tired, and you ate a can of dog food, I think it would kind of wake you up. I think you would be like, I am unfortunately conscious, very conscious right now. Okay, sleep for 9, because I hate waking up dehydrated, and we don't need the health back. Hey, it's Zoe and Madbone. Wow, cool. What a great early morning club. Yeah, Madbone, I was just talking about Dave McD and his other channels on YouTube. He's got channels. And it came up in my recommended feed. And I'm like, oh, finally, YouTube actually paid attention to me. That was nice of them. Because it's like I spend a lot of time relative to, time on YouTube actually talking to you guys. And it's like, oh, we're going to recommend you check out this channel. It's like, oh, that's nice of you. I met Dave through the long dark, Yari through the long dark, Madbone through the long dark. Like, Zoe, I think I just met you through Loons' channel, which features the long dark. Hey, Firestorm. Getting some action center about restarting I might lose chat in a bit here. My laptop has seen better days. Let's see. It's a horse with no name at this point. It's not the first. Yes, it is. Let's do it. It's too dark to read. What do you mean it's too dark to read? Look at this. It's perfect. It's right where you want to be. Anyway, let's just sleep. Doesn't matter. I don't need the hit points. Hit points. Condition. All right. And one more time, relevant to the interests of the survivor, let's research some fire starting. And then drop it like it's hot. Oh, yeah. So, yeah. So, I don't know. Actually, I just got a message from Jeannie, which is fun, on Steam, and because I got a new notification on Steam. It was Jeannie telling me she wasn't in the mood to play. She wasn't feeling it, and I was like, okay, because without Jeannie, I don't want to play Valheim. Right. So, it's just not the same without Michael too. And I don't have a good feeling about Michael as far as his life is going. I don't think he's. I don't know. I don't have any definitive information, but. Oh man, it's a wolf. Let's go this way. Pay no attention to the woman walking by on the cliff, Mr. Wolf. But I think Steam might have messed with me and given me the notification of her not wanting to play Valheim today as a... Yeah, see? It wasn't a new notification. Yeah, Jeannie just told me that there wasn't a new notification. Yeah, Zoe, you might look at this at this area differently because, well, this is come on, guys, just leave the deer alone. Huh? Yeah, see? You don't have to go after the deer. We can all walk together. Yeah, so Steam made, and I read that notification. So for the Steam restart to be like, oh, hey, you haven't read this notification. So I'm like, oh, okay. So I assumed for 2 weeks in a row, Jeannie was not feeling the Valheim. So, however, I don't know. Zoe, can you hook up to my server? Because if we can get, I can send you something on Steam to tell you the server thing. Am I going to get attacked immediately when I walk out here? No, looks like everyone's gone back to being peaceful. Right, buddy? So we saved the life of a deer, cost a wolf his dinner. I like it. I'm thinking we could have Zoe come in on some streaming too, if it works out for a schedule for you and you can do it. Of course, no pressure. Usually there's nothing on Interloper. There's usually nothing anywhere, so it's kind of a delightful surprise. So yeah, anyway. Oh, see, delightful surprise. At this stage of the game, you want as many matches as you can get, and there's always a chance you'll screw it up with a misclick on a torch or something like that, right? So, you know, having an extra, 12 matches is like, do I do this or not, right? So. Yeah, Steam screwed me up. And oh man. No. No. Yes. Let's just light this because this is an area where there's going to be more than one wolf. Like usually there's one right over this hill. Ooh. My computer's still so-so on torches. I think they should kind of optimize this a little bit, or maybe I need to turn my graphics quality down a bit. But I mean, that torch looks pretty, but then the background or the rest of the scene does not look pretty. Yeah, so my bad. I should be playing Valheim right now, guys. It's just Steam was like, you have a new notification. I'm like, oh, new? That's neat. And you notice the wolf is like giving up. He's like, you forgot I ever existed as soon as I get in that car. Okay, Gary's. Wait a second. Let me get in the house so I'm reading while warm. Oh my gosh, I'm warm while outside. It's the torch, the warmth bonus from the torch that's doing it. But I cannot believe it. I am warm outside on Interloper, early game like this. So our plan, if you can call it that, let's drink this water. Our plan is to go to Broken Railroad from here. And so I wanted to go to Grey Mother's just to get the... I don't like those books. It's kind of... That has nothing to do with Interloper, but it's not like I don't like the books. They're good on a day when you're stuck inside with nothing to do because of a blizzard. However, the the time it takes and the fact that, carcass harvesting is something you do a lot of. All right, Grey Mothers. Love your house. Very aesthetically pleasing. Yeah, absolutely. Yep. Now, I'm not saying, you got to come in guns a-blazing and stuff like that, but you should come, set up, build yourself an apartment if you want, as part of the fenced-in community. And yeah, too, like it, I know it sounds cheesy, but then you would have access to all of the resources that I've got available to help your thing along. Because, I mean, my whole server is not me at all. It's a group effort, right? It's all the work all the hauling that Michael and Jeannie and Oli and myself, and sometimes Solvi, have done. Over, I have sometimes, let's check in here for food and such. I have sometimes, spent a little time off stream, off camera there, or whatever you want to call it, not recording. Yeah, Skillet. They're so good. I'm going to take that down to the farm, regardless of the weight. But yeah, so that means that, if Jeannie wanted, a stack of dark metal, to take back to her place, she's killed so many fullings, which provide dark metal scrap, and forged so much dark metal bars, absolutely welcome to it, right? Like, there's no... Because I have benefited from the fact that it's like 600 something days I've played. I have benefited heavily from the fact that it's not a single effort, right? I don't... I only play Valheim while streaming, generally. So... But sometimes I do. I'll take, I'll fill up the boat with iron and swing it back to the house, because it's kind of tedious to watch me sail for an hour against the wind just to drop off some stuff. And it's because I don't have the portal open, but that's how it was originally. Like, you couldn't... The original gameplay, you couldn't tour the metals, the unrefined metals. And then, because I've read that, I used to read fantasy books, and in some of it, the iron didn't eliminate magic, it just lessened its effects. And things dug from the earth lessened the effects of magic. So, the portal still works, just the more metal you have on you, and if you're trying to take a stack through, that's how I like it to make sense anyway. The unworked metals. Anyway, that's... So I like it. I like that idea. I like the idea that you have to use your boats for transport, like the Vikings did. That kind of thing. Anyway, game at hand. I'm playing the Long Dark due to a Steam mishap. We should be playing Valheim. That's the longest way I could say that, guys. I hope you've enjoyed that.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Yeah. So there's... So yeah, Dave and Yari are moderators because they wanted to share something on there, and I'm not YouTube savvy, so I didn't know how to okay them for a sharing of stuff. And that's how that works out usually. Because I really trust all my viewers, right, to not be bots or Because, I mean, really, literally, if Yari's been trying to, catfish me, he's done an excellent job. I would just say he's won, They're like, all right, fine. But, no. None of you guys are here for that, for nefarious purposes. It's just to hang out in the garage party, right? Man, is it ever hammer time. I can't take 2 heavy hammers with me. I don't have... If I had the technical backpack, we had spawned, say, on Timberwolf or even Ash Canyon, might be an option to be wandering around with all the heavy hammers. How are you guys doing, Guts? Oh, so close. We're not... Oh, my goodness. So...
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
Yeah, I'm going to actually work on that here. We're going to drop... How's a kilogram sound? Like right off the hop. Man, this is Skillet Town. Because I have 2 skillets. 3 skillets now. I have all the skillets. So, I should almost leave myself a note saying that Milton is the land of the utensils. Holy cow. Alright, easy. Oh, no. Okay, well, I guess we're having a drink instead of getting a torch out and continuing that match. Alright, 1 second. I'm going to sneeze. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe it'll surprise me later. Oh, those guts are so close. And I forgot to pick up all those saplings back at that other place. So I don't really want to walk back because we're streaming. So we'll have to pick up saplings as we go elsewhere. And take them with us into Broken Railroad. And then remember to pick them up again. I'm sort of sad I don't have saplings here. We've got guts, and that is the foundation to a successful interloper run, my friends. Some guts. Okay. I heard ptarmigan out there, but I also heard wolves. But we are going to do a little bit of a gear shakedown before I take off. But for now, don't need to carry that. I do want to try to knock out another ptarmigan. Just because the down feathers, I'd like the improvised bedroll, so. Oh, yeah, Firestorm. Dude, yeah, great game. Love it. I love it myself. I keep trying to talk Jeannie into it, but she'll only play if there's, she's got conditions. And one of those conditions is Funky Rad Bomb Track. And I can't get, I'd love to collab with Funky Rad. Come on, I hear you, little birds. Where are you? It's Ghost Ptarmigan. Wow, it's hot outside, though. What can I do to take advantage of the heat? Literally, it's a heat wave on Interloper. I'm sorry, but it feels like 1 degree. Oh my god. I mean, well, okay. Her clothes rock. Like, for day 8, she is outfitted like I've never seen a character outfitted on day 8, pretty much. We have hit all the right places and got all the right coats. But yeah, but get you in on the Zomboid crew, Firestorm. Because the thing about low-flying airplanes must be summer. 'Tis the season, as it were. Now, a rock isn't nearly as effective as a torch for getting rid of a wolf, but Did you get your? Yeah, okay. I guess we can get some mushrooms or something. I don't know, man. Okay, let's. Nope. That could have killed me under other circumstances. Grabbing the mushrooms. Okay, it looks like the weather's starting to turn. That's fine. We can pick up sticks, and I believe we have a possibility of snagging a sapling right here. So we're going to spend the night here. Weather's crappy. We might as well do some reading. I know it's very exciting because you get to watch the circle turn. And any turn of a circle is so much fun to watch. I mean, really. What are you doing with yourself if you're not watching spinning circles? Especially against a black screen. I love that. The game has managed to make that actually fun, which is weird. So here we are. We've got 2 birch. And down below here is a maple. And I was hoping for a maple, or best case scenario.
God, I'd eat anything right about now.
Oh my goodness, you are hungry. Or best case scenario, 1 of each. But to get 2 birch and 1 maple is delightful. But I wanted to make use of the beautiful day we're having here in Interloper. Yeah. So I'm wondering if I'm kind of getting sneezy and stuff. I opened the window, right? And in our forecast, local forecast, it says 11 degrees, sunny, and smoke. It is it is June 1st, and it is going to be a high of 13 degrees where I live. Maybe 16 if it really picks up. It's 11 degrees. It's freezing. But we are getting wind from the north. And so part of the reason I might be a little sneezy and not feeling the best myself isn't just the late night I had, which I had a late night, guys. Just playing poker with my friends until after midnight. And then we ate hot dogs, so it was time for me to go to sleep. You know, I can't just ingest a whole bunch of calories and stay awake. I'm an old man. But smoke is in my forecast. It says 11 degrees and smoke. Because the province next to mine is on fire. Alright, let's eat a couple of these cattails so we don't lose our well-fed, because that would be devastating. Look at all my food I'm hoarding. It's the long dark thing. Especially it's an Interloper thing. Because when you first start playing Interloper, one of your biggest driving forces is hunger. You're constantly starving. But I'm going to show you something, everyone. A lot of you guys play Interloper anyway, so it doesn't really matter. We'll see you, Zoe. Oh, no, it's Firestorm that's leaving. Never mind, sorry. Oh, well then, everybody, go check out Firestorm's live stream, too. At least give him I don't know if it's a dude or not. I assume. Sorry, just... The Long Dark is country for old men. Wait, I think I've watched Firestorm. Honestly. I've got a great memory. It's just incredibly short. So yeah, game plants a cougar up there. Hilarious. Because I ended up fighting this cougar right in this bloody barn area and almost lost. They converted the cougar into a porcupine. It's a porcupine cougar. A lot of stuff sticking out of his face. but he refused to die, and I ran out of arrows. So I literally had to leave and forge. Oh! See, that's the sad thing. That's why you need lots of matches. Because I've got more than 20 hours in this game. And I still... Snow chickens, are you here? He sounds like he's here. Although that is a trick. If you're in an area where you think there's animals and they're not there, if you walk away and come back... Look at that, I'm warming up in the wind shade. If I'm sheltered from the wind, with that, that's what, you know. But yeah, when we get inside, I'll show you guys one of the reasons why I have so much food. Besides the whole... which one looks bigger? I want fat enough to make broth. Hey, my chicken. It's my chicken. Yeah, yeah. It's not cool. Like, it's not like, wow, what an amazing event, you know, at all. Because it's also June 1st. Why is wildfire season so heavy? Okay, we're going to cut this off with the hacksaw. Just to see if you conserve the meat. And then I think while we're making broth... Because we're just staying here for the day now. We've had a nice adventure outside. Well, we're making the broth. We will pull the bird meat. Okay, let's do this correctly because I do have a low fire starting levels. Let's do it. No. Yes. Ah! She complains about being overweight. This is heavy. This is heavy. Let's get rid of some coal. Just for a little bit of fire time. And we've been collecting a good amount of sticks. 3-hour fire should give me what I need. Okay. Cook broth. Takes a kilogram of ptarmigan to make broth. But it's that classic... Make a base of something, right? And usually it's chicken base. Let's do a little bit of water while we're at it. I don't need water, but we're going to make it. And we got 46 minutes. That means I can harvest 1 feather by hand. I think we could do 2, but... Yes, sorry, it's Celsius. My God. It was actually 11 Fahrenheit. I would be losing my mind right now. I would be absolutely terrified. Because that is end times temperature. Because that is horrible. 11 degrees is horrible in March. In June. 11 Fahrenheit, it would destroy the environment in which I live, actually. Because everyone's planted. Oh my God, that would be so crazy. Can I make pancakes? We're making pancakes. I'm going to eat cattails while these pancakes cook. We'll eat 3 of them just to stave off the old hunger. Let's cook an old potato while we're at it, too. We'll eat 1 more. Cook an old potato. We'll drink this broth because we have this broth. Broth. pancakes are so good for your cooking skill. Now, I don't know why you can't make a half. Which one's the rough one? This one is. I don't know why you can't make a half ptarmigan stew. The Great Canadian Cataclysm. It was pretty much what it would be, Zoe. It would be awesome. Oh yeah, it's just I don't know, like Funky's across the ocean. So, you know, it's kind of hard to line up schedules. Like, I'd love to stream more with Dave McD, right? But he's got a 12 to 13 hour time difference and a busy life, you know. He's doing stuff all the time. He's Dave. Well, we'll just put this cooked potato in our pocket for later. 42 minutes. Well, let's pull a couple of torches. Not that torch. Let's go with a different torch. There we go. Bit better in condition, you know. One more torch. It's not very good. It's actually making me regret throwing this one away. Let's just keep it. So letting it go to waste. Alright, well tomorrow in the morning these fresh cuts will be cured. Where these saplings, which I should have dropped right away, will be on their way, you know, drying out. We'll take them with us. And we've got a really nice bonus of cured saplings so that one day when we come back to Milton, which we will because I will lose my frying pan. And we will need to come back here. Yeah. So we'll just prepare for a night in bed by standing by the bed, drinking, like our character is full. Survivor is completely full. Wonderful. We don't have any stinky bars after we harvest this bird. So let's read about fire starting. Like we're going to read the whole book. We're not. There we go. We got 2 hours left on that. Let's drink some water because reading is incredibly thirsty work. It's because you constantly lick your finger to turn the page, I think. So let's harvest all the feathers. Let's just bite the bullet on that. Harvest all the feathers.
I need to find a place to rest.
Now we won't have any stinky bars on us. Let's drink a soda. You know, something really high in sugar right before bed. So the night terrors. Like, I mean, how else are you going to get night terrors, right? If you don't down a bunch of sugar right before going to sleep. That would be tragic. Really. Just sleep like a baby. That's right. You cry all night and pee the bed. I got a bunch. So yeah, apologize. I'm going to have to apologize to Jeannie because I didn't fully do that. But I think it would be cool. We'll chat on Steam, me and Zoe, to get Zoe into a Valheim stream on a Sunday. Although it's the summertime. Ugh. Because that's the problem. That's the problem for me anyway. Is the summer is always, it gets busier than the winter, right? So I might miss out on Sunday morning streams altogether, be they Valheim or not. I'd only be able to fit in my Sunday night streams and only kind of be able to do things after the sun's gone down. Why would I carry that rabbit skin with me? My rabbit skin hat is in all right shape, right? We've got all these extra clothing items. I could probably drop that for some weight reduction. We could fix this. We're going to drop that. We're going to fix that. Do I have leather? I do. I have all the leather, but we don't need that. So we're going to drop that because we're going to pick up stuff and take off here in a second. Because I still have time on my stream to do that. we're just gonna harvest that. I'd rather have the stick at that point. We're going to leave both these sewing kits behind because at no point am I going to start a sewing club. 12 is great for traveling, especially where we're going. We're going to read this book and finish it before we take off. I just want to let the sun get up a little higher. So, a quick clothing fix. Drop a drop. Quick little bit of clothing fix and... But yeah, I'd like to have Zoe in on some fun times with the Long Dark slave labor camp. I mean, collective I've set up. Because yeah, that's why I want everyone to feel free to take items out of my base because they're the ones who help me put the items in my base in Valheim. So I've got leather shoes and such for repairs. Let's watch some circles spin, shall we? I don't have any cloth. Wait a second. Okay, I had 3 bandages at least. Someday, son, this will all be yours. What, the curtains? No, not the curtains. Oh, I love that movie. Oh, Holy Grail. I mean, everyone loves the Dark Knight. How couldn't you? But seriously, some of the back and forths. What, the curtains? No, not the curtains. Oh, our handy dandy breakfast potato. More water. I always go light when I'm traveling with the water. But yeah, we've got what we need for walking tools. It's always nice to have an extra arrowhead. That way we don't have to shoot so high, aim so high, or whatever. We'll need to pick up the hammer. We will need traveling food. I'm almost done with pancakes. No! Oh. I wanted to eat the granola. Now we're going to be eating bannock. Oh well. Because once you start chugging into it, it was too late. We'll have to pick up more later. Alright, I'll finish this book. It gets the sun a little higher in the sky. Might have a farewell nap. And, you know, we really enjoyed this bed. Ooh. Fire starting too. Love it. I love starting because the startup is fun. Really on anything. And we'll pick up right before we leave, which is very soon. We read that. That's how come we can cook pancakes. Because you can't cook pancakes right out the... Ooh, yeah, camping trips. See, yeah, summer is the time for camping trips. And for me, it's a great time to pick up extra work. Because I've got a plan to get out of this country for a little bit in the winter. And extra work helps pay for that stuff. Okay. Okay. Was that 5? Nope, that was 4. There's 5. Oh, son of a gun. Yeah, and you know what you want to take camping? A wound on the foot. Like, yeah, obviously you're not going to be able to do that. That's rough, dude. Trying to think, is there anything I'm forgetting besides common sense? Got a coffee for the road trip. We don't have any medicinal teas. I only have the ability to make not herbal tea, birch bark tea. We can make coffee. Got salt for ptarmigan. I do want to ding one more ptarmigan because we need 10 for that. I was trying to fix my clothing, wasn't I? Yeah. No, you know what? I'm not going to stand here wasting my day fixing a hoodie. We got the stuff we need to fix it if we need to fix it. Let's go. Let's head to Broken Railroad. Let's see if I can get there. Probably can't get there by 11 o'clock, but I'm willing to bet we can make really good progress towards there. These guys will give me 48 so I can make 2 teas with my rose hips. We'll just, no, dude, get a torch out. Yeah, I need to find some lantern oil, and the maintenance yard in Broken Railroad has lantern oil. So, one downward arrow. Cannot believe it. Beautiful. And it says, well, don't believe it. Don't believe it too much, Turkey, because we're going to give you a blizzard. And all the animals will be out in the blizzard, so you can get a moose attack in the blizzard, which is exactly what you're looking for before you go a-foraging. Man, that guy's a pain in the butt. Okay, so I am going to, because he can't see me, I'm going to scooch down. He can hear me, though. So we're going to get him to go that direction when he's done singing. There we go. Takes him a second. If he's singing, he ignores all else. Okay, buddy. Like, I don't need him to go, like, really, really, really far away. I just need him to get out of my way so that I can kind of, you know, make it past him. Like, yeah. Like that. If he sees me and barks at me now, it's too late, right? There's nothing he can do except be upset that I got past him. But that's it for my rocks. I can't distract him again. And with this wind, I'd probably have to use a flare. Wow, just still warming up though. I didn't show off what I've done. So I started in pretty much this region. Not this region, but I started in Forlorn Muskeg. And we have whipped around and ended up going through Forlorn Muskeg, into Mystery Lake, into Milton, which is ridiculous for Interloper starting loot, and then into Hush River Valley to really cap it all off, right? Well, look, guys, a stick. All right. So regardless of this whole blizzard thing, doesn't matter to me. We've got the gear. We can kind of survive in some high wind conditions. Once I get down here, I'll pick up a bunch of sticks and we'll go stay at that house. Pick up some more cattails on the way through. Always an option. And birch bark. This place is pretty good for birch bark. So is Forlorn Muskeg Overlook. It's also good for getting stomped by a moose, if that's what you're looking for. Because at this stage of the game, that's all that would happen to me, is I would just get stomped. Let's break out that flare. They did shuffle the wolves around, so, yeah, there's one there. They did shuffle the wolves around, so you never know where you're going to run into one now, which is fun. I like that. I mean, there are some places you can always run into a wolf. Like Scruffy's Cave. I think I'll just leave these guys, but I'm looking for this guy. Come with me. All right. We'll take it. Looks like we got no moose. Nope. You'd see him or hear him by now at this point. He kind of makes his presence known. Man, we were staying so warm. I'm just going to keep traveling. Right, little fella? It's nice out. Jabba, Austin. How's it going, guys? Welcome to the garage party. We're having an early one because I didn't pay attention to the date a message was sent to me, but Steam assured me it was a new message that I had not read, which is aggravating to say the least. Otherwise, I'd be playing, wrapping up a Valheim stream soon with Genie and possibly Ole. So didn't know. Apparently, Steam is one of the more unreliable of the messaging services. Yeah, we're gonna leave that wood there. We're gonna leave all the resources that we do see here, I think, except for maybe if we find clothing or a piece of food. I'm gonna leave the baseball cap there, actually. I meant like decent clothing. Now, there's usually nothing in this, but I think there's a fire log under this crate if you feel like breaking it down. I'm wind sheltered. I could break it down. I could actually... Wait, am I? Yes. Let's break it down. I got a heavy hammer. We're warming up. There we go. So, yeah. So, fire log and this guy. So, I mean, the fire log's great because it adds a lot of time on the fire. And you do get stuck here sleeping by that stove more often than you'd think. At least on Interloper, anyhow. You think I can fix my hockey jersey before I start to freeze? Oh, the weather. The weather got nice. So now I could use a torch to fend off a wolf if I had to. The weather got nicer. That's wonderful. And for any of you wondering why I'm walking past all these cattails, it's because, in theory, we should be back at some point, you know? He's facing me too. He's going to spot me. But in theory, we should be back in this area. And you're always hungry, right? So, hey, buddy. So, you know. Is there another wolf around the corner? No. Yes. No, that's a deer. Hey, buddy, I'm gonna try to get through here without getting you killed, okay? Deal? I'll do my best, okay? But there's totally a wolf following me. So you're gonna want to run like, yeah, that direction. Perfect. Yeah, let the rabbits know. There's rabbits over there, guys. And oh, I thought he was just going for an easier meal. One that won't hit him in the face with a hammer. Because I'll hit him in the face with a hammer. And rabbits do not carry hammers. Well, at least I've never seen a rabbit carrying a hammer. Deer either, for that matter. again, warming up while walking. We have to keep walking. There's no reason to stop. If the weather's like this, and like, sure, I'm a little bit tired, but we've got a torch. Although I've heard your tired meter kind of makes makes the wolves react differently. Ooh, another piece of birch bark. Yeah, we're getting tired, though, and starting to slow down due to the excessive amount of stuff I'm picking up. Now, we could just forage here and go on with our lives, but I have found that I am always on my first forge. I come up a little bit short of what I want to do with it, right? Like, yeah, I want to make the hatchet. A lot of people don't see the importance in the hatchet once you get the hacksaw, but I want to make the hatchet. I like keeping the hacksaw and hatchet, keeping them separate or using them separately, whatever. I like the hatchet. I also like the hatchet because for the longest time, right up until the cougar knife, I guess, the hatchet was the best for smacking a wolf in the face and getting him off you. They bled out a lot slower, but it still got the job done. And anything to get the wolf off of you is a great piece of work. All right. Yeah, we should be there in about 10-15 minutes. So I can stop streaming and I can go mow my grass. Okay, get off the incline, lady. Jeepers. And then you guys can go about your day, too. Oh, we did it again. Misclick. So that's 2 misclicks. And like I said, I've played the game for at least 20 hours. So it happens to the best of us. And the most mediocre of us, too. So I've seen long dark players that I consider better than me do it, so everyone's capable of burning off a match. Totally awesome to find them, though. But what really helps, one of the reasons I hardly ever use it, but I love carrying a fire striker because it asks you, do you want to start the torch with the fire striker or the match? Instead of just making you burn a match. So anyway, I'm going to put this away now. Stop doing that. So here we go, guys. Broken Railroad. It's like Forlorn Muskeg's younger, meaner sister. It's like, yeah, there's a place in here, but you don't want to live in it. The hunting lodge? Enjoy. Because people are like, I'm going to set up in the hunting lodge. I'm like, eh. It's like setting up in the trapper's hut. Sure. It's cool. It's out of the way. Relatively safe. Not since they introduced a timberwolf spawn in the area. You know, walk outside and start a timberwolf fight. There's a moose up there sometimes. It's an okay area. But you're in Broken Railroad. And this place is, I don't know, man. It's kind of small. Really tight. Dangerous. Now, okay, there's 2 ways to go here. I always go over top of this. But there's like cattails and saplings potentially down there. We got a lot of saplings. So we're good. But yeah, there's also a wolf down there. Go down here too. Go across the little log bridge. I think I'm trying to get there a little sooner rather than later. So I'm gonna take the landslide shortcut, which is, you can take the landslide out. You can take it back in too. This requires just a little bit of wiggling, but you can wiggle up here eventually. Move back and forth. Alright, she's getting what I would call dangerously tired. You kind of want to know where you're sleeping by about the halfway mark. Like, I never played this game worried about fatigue until all the times I was killed because my fatigue meter was zeroed. We're not eating trees. Probably going to make bannock on a stove later, an indoor fire barrel, I would guess. Because we didn't hump all those reclaimed wood all this way just for you to not burn it, miss. And we've got an accelerant. Still, yeah, so very warm, eh, guys? Even for early Interloper. We've got some pretty good options, it looks like, Cook up those acorns and make the stuff out of it. The acorn flour, as it were. So I've missed this guy a lot in the dark because it's, I always think it's a rock. Okay, hopefully it's not too dark for you guys, because yeah, YouTube does darken it a little. So. This is the last real spot we gotta run. So I'll just keep the sprint meter ready and watch for the wolf that's usually guarding the bridge. It's a metaphorical bridge. There's no actual bridge here, but it's that whole classic. There's a bridge. There's an area you gotta get, a gate. We got to put something in front of it. Let's put a troll. It's always been a troll. The wolves are great at being trolls. Well, so far, the only thing I see that is wolf-shaped are tree stumps. Oh, my friends at Ptarmigan are up there. They would probably
Man, I could use a drink.
Really be curious as to what my definition of friend is. Where are you? Well, very unusual. I'm absolutely shocked. We walked through all of that broken railroad, and we did not see a single wolf. You heard them. They're in the background, yelling up to the sky like wolves do. But, yeah, no. Did not approach. Let's see if we can find ourselves some lamp oil. Excellent. There's some lamp oil. She's hungry. She wants food. We've got coal and wood. Let's fill up the lamp while it's on. There's nothing safer, really. All right. Now she's hungry, so let's go check the kitchen, man. There's no reason to, starve the poor girl if it's not necessary, right? Just have a good time. Get in this kitchen. There we are. Crackers.
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
You better hope nobody needs that anymore, because you're eating the whole box. Some matches. Always a good find in Broken Railroad. It's the usual find, though. You usually find matches in this place at that spot. Do I want the coffee? What time of day do we have? No, I don't want to drink the coffee. I'll just drink some other water instead. So I've managed to pretty much lose like no condition this entire stream, which is weird. Because I rely heavily on my condition just to get me through. Alright guys. A box of crackers and a cup of coffee. Kind of a little rough for the kitchen area. Hopefully maybe somebody saved me a soda. No. Well, let's go down here and take a look. If there's a hammer here, I'll be... Okay, this is pry bar.
I think I can use this.
Oop, easy. Wow. What's with all the great gear I'm finding? Alright. Now, before I go any further with my shenanigans, before I log out at all or anything like that, nice big open spot on the floor here. Drop, 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 and drop. There we go. So, I watched a guy called Good Ideas do a sort of a beautiful,
The owner's around.
wonderful. I watched a guy named Good Ideas do a challenge where he spawned here and stayed here. And he did great, but he made one horrible error. When you start here, sometimes you have the option of finding the heavy hammer in this building. Or like when you, yeah. So, Broken Railroad. Interloper run starting on in here. And he started here. He made a knife. He made a knife, guys. Because you only get enough scrap metal and stuff like that to make either a knife or a hatchet. And if you can't find the hacksaw is not on this map, you can't cut down saplings. You can do almost everything you need to do with a hatchet,
I'll take it.
but you can't do it with a knife. So, got toasted by his choice of tool to forge, of all things. Yeah, we're not going to cook it, game. We're going to probably put it with the other ones. Alright, so we're doing okay. We're exhausted. We're here. We've got the capacity to cut down a bunch of stuff. A bunch of metal stuff to make more stuff. So I can have a really decent forge here, I think. We'll search the filing cabinets and whatnot later tonight. But for right now, let's go outside and search this little area. Meg! Yeah, and you know what? This one was an accident. I've said it again and again, but this one was accidental. I did not mean to... Well, I did, but I didn't. There's the radio. This was actually the first radio I ever contacted a trader on. And then he's like, this is Dropbox. And I don't know if I was just not paying attention, but But yeah, no, it's pretty kind of cool. We're starting out good. Next episode, this is usually only go about an hour, hour and a half on. Try to go 2 hours at night, but yeah, so Sunday morning is usually only an hour. But yeah, here I am doing this, and we have a forge day coming up on day 9. I've survived 8 days, but thing is though, I've been to Mountain Town, Hush River Valley, and I haven't spent a single day in any other place. I've just been on the move the entire time. Alright, so no food out here or anything like that. Well, I mean, there was, but you know, no actual like food just on the counter, on the shelf. I've seen that before. Huh. That was kind of a neat one. But yeah, so we're going to forge next episode. I'm going to sleep and stuff like that to get my character kind of set up for it. And then that way you don't have to watch me do a bunch of goofy stuff at the beginning of the next stream. Like eat and sleep. So let's get that over with. I've never been poisoned by potato chips. Soup? Yeah. Granola bars? Totally. Potato chips? Never. So, well, in real life, I'm not really fond of ketchup chips. Save the chocolate bar for later, for a foraging moment, maybe. So, yeah, well, in real life, I'm not fond of ketchup chips. In the game, actually, pretty kick-ass food, actually. So we've got toilet water we can be draining. We got the resources here are still pretty high. And I haven't fully searched it out either. So we will find more food and stuff like that on the next episode. Now I'm going to sleep for 9. And then we're going to call it. Because... Ooh. Yeah, I'm going to sleep for 9 and we'll call it. Because... like a day of foraging doesn't wipe you out.
That guy who drank his own pee doesn't seem so crazy right now.
Come on, that's no way to talk about your prom date. Okay, guys. Anyway, we'll talk to you later. Thanks for tuning in and coming in on an early garage party. But yeah, we'll do it again tonight at 8:30, and intentionally too, not accidentally. The reason is I've already you can go back. I don't need to explain it to the poor people like Madbone who've been here since the beginning for the 4th time. So, all right, guys, enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and I'll see you tonight. Maybe, maybe not, but yeah, thank you so much for watching, and till next time, keep surviving.